So bring it into neutral posture. Welcome, everyone. I am Ron. This is Ageless Balance. I'm having problems thinking. All right, posture check. You guys know this one. Shoulders back, ears over the shoulders, over the hips, knees, toes pointed forward. Let the arms just hang down at the side. Roll the shoulder blades back, squeeze them tight. Get the chest open, front of the chest, front of the shoulders, and release. Front of the chest. What does that even mean? Bring the shoulders back again. Front of the shoulders and the chest. There we go. Got it. Now, release. Just relax. Let the shoulders fall right underneath the ears. That's what you got. Bring the ear down to the shoulder. Nice and light. Nice and light. Don't go too far with it. Just stretch out the muscles on the other side of the neck there. Going down to the top of the shoulder. And up. Other side, same thing. Take your time with it. This is just a light stretch. Just a light stretch for the neck to get started. And up. Like this, chin around. Make sure you're looking right out in front of you as you do this. You always want to keep that chin up, just like you got that little tennis ball right in there. Around and bring it back to center. Other side, same thing. Bring the chin around. Don't go too far with it. We're still just stretching out the neck. Necks need a lot of work, but they also need you to take your time with them. Arms up. We're going to go back a little farther this time. Arms around, eyes around to the hand. Bring the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, following those fingers all the way into the middle. Eyes follow to the other side. Out we go. Stretch it back. Chest is open, and bring the shoulders down. Roll them back, and roll them forward, and relax. Okay. Here we go. That wasn't really even the start of it. Arms out front, roll the shoulder blades back, and open it up, and bring them down. Out, palms away. It's a breaststroke is what we're doing, and down. Out, shoulder blades back. So don't do this. We're not leaning into it. There's no stretch that happens there. Stretch happens when you bring the arms out. You can feel it in the upper back. Little bend in the elbows. Don't lock the arms out. Palms away. Same thing, but let's get a little more aggressive about it, a little more stretch by going up at a diagonal. Hands up and bring them down. Shoulder blades are back. Don't lock the arms out as you do this. Up. Roll the shoulder blades. So really accentuate that as you come back, getting those shoulder blades back. Up and back. Overhead. Right up here. Up and back down. One more time. Up, back down. Let's go parallel again, right straight out to the front. And stretch it out, shoulder blades back. One more time. Out. And we're there. Bring the arms down. Let's go with rotations. Keeping the shoulder blades back. Get out on the edge of the chair. Try to get out there. Use the core. Shoulders back. Shoulders forward. Small rotations. And then, again, you're getting into the neck, into the shoulders. You want to take your time warming up those muscles, getting those joints moving. The more you can move them, you start a little bit, you get some movement or some fluid in those joints. Then you can move just a little bit more. It becomes easier. And back, going a little bigger. And back, down again. Shake that out. Relax the arms a little bit. Just across. Nice and easy. Don't go crazy with it. Keep the arms down. You don't have to hold them up. Just come across the knees and back. Make sure you still have the shoulder blades back. Chest is out. Alternating which hand is on top. Just a light, easy movement out, movement in. Nothing big here. Just relaxing those shoulders a little bit and drop them down. Find your posture again. Make sure you're still there. Ears over shoulders over hips. Chest is out. And bring the shoulders right up to the ears. Straight up. Squeeze it. And back down. As you come down, bring the ear down. Back up on top. Right there, looking right straight out in front of you. Tennis ball underneath the chin. Like that. And back up. So you don't ever bring the chin down to the chest. I forgot what I was doing. I can't talk and think at the same time. Up. and back down again. All right, let's go downstairs. Heels up, heels down. So what you're looking at here is ball of the foot on the floor, inside to out, all the way across, toes gripping, but not pushing into the toes. Keep your neutral position. Don't lean back as your heels come up. And you can get the heels up higher, it feels like. Doesn't matter. Doesn't do any good. You want to stay right in neutral. Knees stay right straight out in front. Everything's pointed forward. The feet are flat on the floor. Ball of the foot is up. Squeeze those muscles. Feel the back of the calves work. Back of the lower legs, calf muscles. Yep, this is going to go real well. Up. So if you may want to just play music in the background and just watch what I do, because I have a problem saying it. Heels up and back down. One more time. Up and back down. Toes up. On the heels, feel the stretch through those muscles we just used. Through the back of the heel and back down. Up. Those Achilles tendons coming down the back of the leg, back of the heel. Achilles tendon and back down. Up and down. And we're good. Walk it out. So here we've been working the ankles just a little bit, getting that flexibility into it, working the muscles around the ankles for strength. In. So you should find that as long as we've been doing this, you can start to get those toes out a little farther without the knees coming way in. Keeping the knees over the ankles and the toes go out, heels go out, toes and heels, bring it back in. The more you can do this, the more flexibility you get through the ankles, the more you can twist out or side to side or front to back, toes up, heels up, the safer you are. Better for falls prevention. In and back out one more time. And back in again. Whew. All right. My internet connection is unstable, it says. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. High knee flexion, bring it up. And back down. Lift that leg, shoulders stay back. Pick that leg up as far as you can go before you start to lean forward. Don't let that happen. Keep your shoulder blades back. I'd rather have you be out on the edge of the chair and holding onto the seat to do this than to be sitting in the back of the chair, because that's just easy. We don't want easy. We want challenging. It doesn't have to be hard. It just needs to be challenging. Up. Because the more you challenge those muscles, the stronger they're going to get. And then the more you will be able to do. That's the beauty. The more you use them, the stronger they get. Stronger they get, the more you can use them. Saferly. And up, up, and up. Stretch those hamstrings and glutes. Keep the knee at a 90-degree angle as you come up. One more time each side. There's one. Feel the hip flexors warming up. And back down into a little bit of a hip hinge. Hands on the thighs. And just come down. Doesn't have to be real wide on this one. Just come down. Push up through the palms of the hands. Bring the chest up to seated. Again, use the hands. Down. If you're using, you want to lighten up on the hands if you can, because you want to start bringing those shoulder blades back first, going into that hyperextension through the back, and then bring yourself back up again. So it's down and then back up. If you roll those shoulder blades down and back, you're going to feel yourself just kind of pull right up. One more time, down and back up. Use the hands. You still push so that there's no tension. There's no twinges in the lower back. So you kind of judge a little at a time. And the more you do this, the less you'll need the hands to get yourself back up. But you always want to use them just to make sure that you don't hurt the lower back. Shake it out. Take a break. I'm going to grab a water. You should too. Water is important. It is the drink of life. I'm actually going to do an energy drink. Well, kind of a protein drink. Had a blood test last week. My protein's where it needs to be. It's really important that you keep an eye on that. One of the biggest things, and one doctor told me, tell everybody that they have to keep their protein level up. People quit eating meat as they get older. They quit eating foods with protein in it, and that protein just drops down. Without that, you can't get the muscles to build back up again. So keep your protein levels up. Do that. This is a message brought to you by one of my doctors. All right, into a seated march. Right here, just bring it up. Heel first, then the ball of the foot up, keeping the back straight. Grab onto the chair if you have to, but keep yourself out to the edge of the chair if you can, right at that glute fold where the butt and the leg meet, the bum and the leg meet. Bring it up and up and up and up. Cardio. Bring the arms up with the legs and back down, upper and lower body working together. Keep the elbows away from the torso. Don't push them in and let the body do the work to stabilize them. Make the muscles in the shoulders and the arms. Hold those elbows right straight down toward the floor, keeping them straight and steady. And up. And back down. Couple more. Bring it up. Squeeze it. And back down. One more. Up. And back down again. Keep the legs going. Elbows up. And back. Going into a elbow fly. Roll the shoulder blades back, open up the chest, feel the stretch through the shoulders and the chest, and then bring it back in. Keep the legs going. There's a mental component involved in this. Up, working the brain. Arms going side to side, feet going up and down. Multiplanar. It is some of the most important exercises we can do. That's why I throw them in often. Keep your brain strong too. Shoulder blades back, elbows forward, back, and in one more time. Make sure that when you're bringing the feet up, you're bringing the knee, toe, heel, hip all in alignment. That was good. Toe taps, out and out. Let's do this at an angle so you can see what I'm doing. Just the toe, tap, and tap, tap. So to get our cardio going a little bit, what we do to get the heart rate up is we get upper and lower body working together. So hands up into fists, right at the chest, opposite arm, opposite leg, right straight out and back. So as fast as you want to go. You want to feel a little bit of a cardio buildup, a little harder breathing, a little harder to talk as you go. You start to feel the lungs having to work just a little bit harder. Out, take them up at a diagonal. Up, cross body, just a little bit. Bring that hand across to the opposite shoulder, up at a diagonal. Out, feel the stretch through the arm, through the shoulder, and straight up, over and over. Reach it through. These are nice mobility exercises, giving us range of motion. Starting not low, going a little higher, then all the way to the top, and back at a diagonal. Cross and cross, still tapping that toe every time. And out, out, and out straight ahead. Parallel with the floor, push and push. Out. Make sure your back is still straight. So one thing that's real easy to do is kind of lean forward, chin to chest. Get that back straight. Get that chin up. Out, out, and out. Heel digs. Heel digs. Out. Why did I do that? Heel out, heel out, heel out. So just kind of cool down a little bit here, but keep the body moving. Make sure that those shoulder blades are back. You're in that neutral position. Chin up, chest out, looking right straight forward. And then we're going to do something else. Got it. As the foot goes out, arm goes down. So push and push. Diagonal to the floor, following that leg down, but not letting yourself go down with it. Keep the shoulder blades back. Work those muscles in the upper back. Those are posture muscles. Push and push. down, and down. Same thing, out straight. Take the hand. You're leading with the palm on this one. There we go, opposite arm, opposite leg. Heel dig and push, and push. Couple more here. Out and out. Two more. One more. And done. And go into a toe march. So, shoulders are back, chest is out. Just bringing those feet up. Keeping the shoulder blades back here again. Come out to the edge of the chair. Hold on to the bottom of the chair if you need to keep you straight. I just want you to work, even if you're holding onto the chair here, keeping the shoulder blades back. Core is still working, and it's so important that we keep those core muscles strong. It's absolutely vital to movement, to falls prevention, to bones. It's just the most important thing we can do is have that core strong, so it engages well, that it's nice and tight before you make any other movement, because core always engages before any other movement happens. All right, there's that toe march. Step it out to the side and out. Toe taps and out, 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 and out. Arms up. Going to bring it in to the side, to the other side. Hips stay straight. So that sits bone is flat on the seat. Both equal weight distributed between them, and they don't twist at all. So you're not turning the torso. You only get that leg out as far as you can. Oops, supposed to be straight out, sorry. And out down at a diagonal. And down, out. This one's hard. Down and down. Push. So you want those legs working. You want to move those muscles around the hip joint and get that joint really moving here. Get those abductor muscles on the outside of the hips nice and strong. Those are the ones that are going to protect you. If you do fall, the stronger they are, the less chance the bones are going to break. Plus, doing these is going to strengthen the bones as well. Out and out, down and down. Forward toe tap, out and out, out and out. Toe tap out, arms up and out, opposite arm, opposite leg. Push and push, out and out, up, diagonal, opposite arm, opposite leg. And then you're going to go right up overhead, over and over, up and up, up and up, diagonal, reach, keep the back straight. Don't forget neutral position. Don't ever forget neutral position. You always have to be conscious of keeping those shoulder blades back, chest out, and push and parallel. I am not being able to talk and work out at the same time. Out and out, push and push and push. Toe march. Take some deep breaths as you go in here. And now, nice and easy, go back to a march. Slow it way down. Heel comes up first, then the ball of the foot. Shoulder blades stay back. So at this point, a really good chance that you're just a little bit of a lean. You're not even going to feel it. But the minute you drive those shoulder blades back, you're going to feel that you had a little bit of forward tilt. You want to get rid of that whenever you can. Always think about that. Shoulder blades back, chest out. Anytime you change exercises, always a good time to reset. So we're just marching here. Sorry, arms up, elbows back, shoulder blades back, squeeze it, and forward. Take your time on this. Go slow. Doesn't have to be big. We're just coming down to the end of this cardio section. So I want you to let the heart rate come down a little bit. Out. Take some deep breaths. Push the stomach out. Get that heart rate down. More oxygen you can get into the bloodstream, the quicker that's going to come down. Shoulder blades back and together and down. And we're good. That was that part. That was the calorie burning part. Grab two weights. Two weights. Grab a drink of water or your favorite protein drink, whichever. And we're still going to be seated. This is a seated day. It's seated day. So upper body only to start out with for the first set. We're going to go into a little bent over, hinging at the hip like we did at the beginning, putting the hands on the thighs. But this time, just roll the shoulder blades back and let yourself fall over the thighs. As soon as your chin starts coming down, because you can't hold yourself with shoulder blades back, come up just a little bit from there. You want to be in the neutral position. Trust me, you want to be. This isn't like, oh, you should be. No, you want to be. And unless you want to get hurt, but nobody wants that. Elbows back, squeeze it together, and out. We're going to alternate in that narrow row. Back and out. Back and out. Squeeze the shoulder blade back. So what you want to feel is that shoulder come around, but you're not twisting the torso. That just is all sorts of problems for the lower back. All you're doing is bringing that elbow back, bringing it around behind you, feeling the muscles work between the shoulder blade and the spine to pull that shoulder blade around, bring that elbow back and out. Squeeze. Take your time with this. Make sure the weights aren't pulling you down when you've got them out in front of you. If they are, get them down lower and down. Get those arms to hang just a little bit more. But you want them up as much as you can so you're working the shoulders at the same time. Back and back. Squeeze. The other thing with this, if you can keep those elbows lower, which you can do with the arms higher, is work that entire shoulder blade. If you're down here and you bring it up, you'll feel it all in the trapezoids, very top of the back. You want those shoulder blades. So you want to bring those elbows down. That means the arms up just a little bit and back, back, and back. Couple more. There, there, and there. Excuse me. Staying in that hip hinge. Again, shoulder blades are back. I'm just going to bring the arms up on the sides, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. Going right back into the same muscles we used before. Arms forward, not as much forward this time. You don't have to bring them way up in front. Just so they're parallel with the torso is what you're looking for, wherever that is. And then squeezing the shoulder blades together brings the arms up. You've got a little bend in that elbow, but you're not bending the elbow anymore. You're not hinging at the elbow. It is just bent. Weight is in the ball of the foot to the heels. You're pushing your weight forward. When you get down in that hip hinge, that's okay. Let those heels handle the pressure. Let the legs, they're big muscle groups. And back down. Shoulder blades stay back, chest out. This is a good one for just forcing that posture, because as you bring the shoulder blades back, it brings that chin up and puts you into neutral position. Squeeze, hold for a count, and back down. Getting tired? Use one side at a time and up. Again, don't twist. Just bring those arms up, squeeze them together, and back down one more time. And we're good. Set the weights down. Shake that out. I'm going to do a little bit of a, yes, we are going to do that. We're going to do some crunches. So start out, get your butt back about middle of the chair, hold on to the chair, roll the shoulder blades back, touch your upper back against the chair, and then push through the hands. So get a feel for that. Down, putting the weight into the palm of the hands on the seat, and then tighten up the core to bring you back up again. As you're comfortable with this, try pulling the hands up off the seat and see if you can still get those shoulders up without leaning forward. So you want to keep that curve in the lower part of the back, accentuate that curve, coming up and back down. If you need the chair to protect the lower back, do it, because this will kill the lower back when you bring the chin to the chest and start rolling forward. You want to keep that back in neutral and up, back. Hands on chest, you can do whatever you want with them. Another one that'll help you is if you put the arms out front, it'll help bring you up and back down without rolling forward, because you've got that weight forward pulling you up a little bit. It's a little assist to the core muscles. Here's where we're using the abdominals. Squeeze and come up and bring it back down up, and back down one more time. Up and back down. Okay. Grab a weight. One weight. That's all. Just one. That thing we just did, back against the chair. We're going to do that again. Weight right here at the chest. Back. So if you can't get back without the feet coming up off the floor, stick them out a little farther and back. Because with this, if you're feeling anything where you're having to lean forward, get your butt back on the chair, especially when you put the weight on here. And then go up. Make sure that you can keep those heels flat on the floor as you go back and come back up with the shoulder blades back. Get back, Loretta, right there. Stay there. Arms out, arms in. Diagonal chest press, up, incline chest press. You're at an angle. You've got that little curve in the lower part of your back. Pushing up. Make sure you're not rolling forward. If you are, butt back in the chair just a little bit more. Up. So you're looking for that perfect spot where you're working the muscles, but you're not at a point where you can't control them anymore. You want to keep that form. Out and back in. Chest press and back. Out. Feeling the chest muscles work. The forearms. Out and back. Two more. Extend. Bring it back in. One more. Out and back in. And come forward. All right. We're kind of moving on to lower body a little bit. Arms out. This is a biceps exercise. So we normally do curls. We're just going to hold the elbows at 40. Let's try this again. I'm not a math major. The elbows are at 90 degrees. And what you're going to do is keep the elbows here. Elbows are away from the torso. Again, don't use the torso for stability. You want to keep those elbows out so that you're using the shoulders and the arms. And then just foot out and in. Alternating kicks. Out. And it's something to do while you got the hands there. You should feel this in the front of the upper arms. Those biceps muscles are under tension constantly by keeping those elbows at 90 degrees. Time under tension, that's what builds muscle. And right now, it is just all tension for the entire 40 seconds. But you've only got 10 seconds left, so that's good. Out and in, extend, bring it back, out and in. Couple more and back. Last one. And we're there. Remember that bent over thing we did? We're there again. Feet flat on the floor, knees, toes, hips, all in alignment. Coming forward, shoulder blades are back. Narrow row, elbows back to extension, in and down. So arms in, elbows back, out, in, and down. Now, if you need to, one arm at a time. Up, out, give that other arm a rest, and then take left, extend at the elbow, in and down, right side, up, out. Squeeze that muscle in the back of the upper arms. You want to feel that. Make sure you're not losing your posture. Don't let that chin come down. Readjust, get those shoulder blades back, out, in, and if this is not a problem for you, do both. Out, in, and back. Shoulder blades back, extend, in, and back out. Two more. In and out. Last one. Back. And we are there. This time, arms up front, about a quarter of the way up. About a 45-degree angle right there, diagonal. And then arms back behind and up. So all you're doing is hinging at the elbow. Coming forward, using the muscles in the front of the elbow, or in front of the shoulder. And then going back, using those deltoids in the back of the shoulder. So front, take your time. You got a little bend in the elbow. It stays right there. You maintain that little bend in the elbow. There's no hinging going on there. We're not extending at the elbows. The elbows stay stationary. Back so that you're using the muscles at the top of the arm to lift the entire arm up. If you bend at the elbow, you're using the muscles in the top of the upper arm. And that's not what you want, or in the back of the upper arm. You want to use the shoulder muscles instead, bringing that whole arm up. Forward and back. Forward, hold, back, and right there. Excuse me. We are going to do a little bend in the elbows. So we got the front deltoid, we got the rear deltoid, underneath the side deltoids. Bring the arms up on the sides. 3 muscles, no waiting. 1 in front, 1 in the sides, 1 in back. So muscles pull. When they contract, they lift whatever's underneath them. So when you use those muscles at the very top of the shoulder, you tighten them up. It brings the entire arm up. Hold and back down. Keep the shoulder blades back. If you're bringing the shoulders up as you bring the weights up, you're using too much weight. If you have to be able to just get that weight up without those muscles and the top of the shoulder, these trapezoids up there, they're not supposed to be lifting. Just the muscles on the shoulder. Those are the ones we want to strengthen up. Stabilize and protect the shoulders. Up and back down. Shoulder blades are back. One more time. Up, hold, and back down. Again, weights down. We're done with that. Excuse me. Again, just arms across, back, and around. Bring it in. Just nice and easy. Just nice and easy. Grab onto the back of the chair lightly and just lean forward. You feel the muscles stretching through the front of the shoulder as you do this, as you come chest out. Don't go hard with this one. Just get to stretch those muscles. You just want to feel them stretching out a little bit. And bring them back. We're cooling them off. All right. First thing we're going to do, we're going to do knee extensions. So leg up, shoulder blades back, chest out. If you need to put the hands under the thigh, go ahead. Extend out and bring it back in. Out and back in. A couple more. On this side, one there. And back in, go to the other side. So we're doing a short version of this because out and back in, working those quadriceps, because there's a better way to work the quadriceps. But if this is where you need to be to work these muscles in the top of the thigh, remember they contract, and when they do, they bring that leg up, and then they extend out again when you relax them. Up and in, out and in. Quadricep muscles, nice exercise. From there, you can go to without the hands on the chair, maybe holding the seat. Where eventually you want to get is without having to hold the seat. Knee up, out, and in, keeping the shoulder blades back. But don't do that until you can do it without leaning the shoulders forward to get the knee up. And you just want to feel it right here in the tops of the legs. That's what you're looking for. So you don't have to get the knee up way high and kick it up. It's just up until you feel these muscles engage and back down. Or you feel them get to the end, contract, and back down again. Next thing, so the next progression from there is the sit to stand. Feet, heels behind the knees, knees over the laces of the shoes. You can start out hands on the chair handles or hands on the thighs, and then pushing up through the heels. Pushing through the heels. The back of the foot does the work. And then coming down, back yourself up to the chair, nice and slow. Weights in the heels, and bring yourself down nice and easy. Walk your hips out. So the glute fold is right there in the front of the chair. Again, out, push up, and back to the chair, and back down. Take your time with these. If you want, harder ones are just up, hold there for as long as you can. Feel the muscles working, quadriceps are getting nice and tired, and then just drop down, give them a break. Again, up and hold, stay there. This is the important piece. You're putting these muscles under tension. Time under tension builds strength. And back down. So work your way to that point. Do what you can. Start with those leg extensions. Work yourself into a sit to stand, coming all the way up, resting, coming back down again. And then see if you can do that hover and really feel those quadriceps work. Keep the chair underneath you, though, in case you do, in case the quads give out and you go down. So have that chair right there. Don't go up very high from it. You don't have to. Next, we're going to just squeeze the glutes. I'm going to do this one from the side. So right here, shoulders are back, squeeze. So the hips go forward and back down. So this time we're working specifically the glutes. Normally we would do a hip tuck, squeezing these inner or the lower abs to bring the hip up. This time we're squeezing the glutes. Consciously tighten them up and bring them back down. You're going to feel it down the hamstrings, back of the thighs. As you squeeze and release. And back out. So hands behind you, palms on the chair. If this is workable. If it's not, stay with what we just did. So the next thing you can do with this is just push through, bring the butt up off the chair, squeeze the glutes, and back down. So push. So you're basically doing a glute bridge if you were on the floor, and back down. Tightening those butt muscles up, squeeze to drive the hips up, and then back down. So little by little, you can start working your way out on the chair a little bit more, feet out a little farther, and then you can get up and do a squeeze and back down again. Really working the hamstrings and the glutes when you get to there. But again, take your time, either seated or with the hands back and just a little hover, squeezing the hips, rolling the hips forward, or squeezing the glutes, rolling the hips forward, up. And then if you can, start working your feet out and get yourself up just a little bit higher, driving the hips toward the ceiling and back down again. All right, we really ran out of time. Shoulder blades back, hand on the outside of the thigh, grab onto the chair and roll the shoulders. Chin up, rotating the spine, keeping it straight. If you go down chin to chest and try to roll that way, you're going to put a lot of pressure on the lower back. You're also, which I just understood, that is incredibly hard for osteoarthritis. Hand on the outside. Again, you don't want those vertebrae hitting each other, putting pressure on each other. So keep yourself in a neutral position and rotate. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Come around and back to center again. Arms up, shoulder blades back. First thing we're going to do is a wall slide up. If your back was against a wall, this would be a wall slide. Otherwise, it's just a shoulder press. Palms forward, elbows back as far as you can get them as you do this. Reach up and back down. It's not about just bringing the hands back. It's getting the shoulder blades back as tight as you can get them as you raise up. Feel the stretch through the upper back, especially those lats on the outside of the upper back. And down. Rotate the hands down. And back up again, shoulder blades back. So make sure you're keeping those shoulder blades back so you're not pinching the front of the shoulder. Same here, down. If you let the shoulders come forward, you're pinching the front of that socket. You want to keep that gap in there at all times. And back down. And back up. And back down. And bring it down. Up and over, reach. A little bit of a side bend, but when you do this, make sure you've got arm, ear, spine all in alignment as you reach across. You should only feel the stretch coming up the side of the torso. It shouldn't be in the back. So if you're leaning forward at all as you do this, you're going to feel stretching in the back. Again, you're putting those vertebrae against each other. You're not allowing them to stay separate. And when you come down on the side like that, just a little bit, and back down, up, and back down, you're not putting the stress on them that you would if you were rotating at the same time or bending at the same time. And back, up, and bring it back down. Shake that out. Right here, right across the front. And down, out, and down. Push the hand, palm out, bring it in, rotate as you go out. Great stretch for the shoulder. Fantastic stretch for the shoulder blades across the back. And out, and bring it down. Feet out, push, rotate the shoulders as you drive that hand into the floor and then to the other side. This is back shoulder goes back, front shoulder goes forward, keeping them in a straight line all the way through and up. Imagine you had a stick behind your neck and you were having to rotate. And this is why, especially, don't lean down as you do this. That's rotation and bend at the same time. No good. That's not good. Push and push. All right. Here we go. Hands underneath. Reach across. Up over the top. Bring the arms up. Deep breath in through the nose. Force the stomach out and exhale as you bring the arms down. Lay on top of the legs. Let that lower back stretch out. Let the back stretch out completely. Roll the shoulders toward the floor as you bring the arms underneath. And then back up.